Good morning students. Welcome to the geometry online session. This is the 8th session on coordinate geometry and we are learning problem set 5. In the previous session we have learned problems till 8 and today we are going to continue it further. Now problem number 9 and 10 is reduced from your syllabus. So let's start with the 12th sum. Show that quadrilateral PQRS formed by P which has coordinates 2, 1 and Q has coordinates -1, 3, R has coordinate -5, -3 and S has coordinate -2, -5 is a rectangle. So here in this sum you have to show that quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. So what you will do? First you will find the distance between sides. Yes, all the sides of this quadrilateral. So let's first see. Consider point P and point Q. Then you will find distance of PQ with the help of distance formula. So here what is x1? x1 is 2, y1 is 1, x2 is -1 and y2 is 3. So let's use a distance formula here. PQ is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is your formula. Now let's substitute the values in this. So you will get that is equal to square root of x2 is -1 minus 2 whole square plus 3 minus 1 whole square. These values we are going to substitute here. Now let's find out the answer. -1 minus 2 is -3 whole square plus 3 minus 1 is 2 square. Therefore, that is equal to square root of 3 minus 3 square is 9 and 2 square is 4. So, 9 plus 4 that is equal to square root of 13. Okay. So, this will be your equation 1. We have found out distance of PQ. Now, let's find out distance of QR. For that, we have to consider points Q and R. So, what is here? Here you have x1 is equal to -1, y1 is equal to 3, x2 is equal to -5 and y2 is equal to -3. So, by distance formula, what we have? Distance of QR is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now, let's substitute the values here. What is x2? x2 is -5. So, -5 minus x1 is -1 bracket square plus y2 is -3 minus y1 is 3 bracket square. That is equal to, now -5. This minus becomes plus. So you will have -5 plus 1. That is nothing but -4 square plus -3 is -6. So you will have -6 square. -4 square plus -6 square. That you have to write in square root. That is equal to square root of -4 square is 16 plus -6 square is 36. We know that square of any negative number is always a positive number. So you have 16 plus 36 is square root of 52. Now this square root of 52 you can write as 4 into 13. Yes. And 4 you can take out of the square root sign as 2. So your answer will be QR is equal to 2 into square root of 13. Write this equation as equation 2. Now you will find distance of RS. For that, what you have to consider? Point R and point S. So what you have here by distance formula? Let's write down the distance formula first. RS is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now you have to substitute the values here. Now tell me what is x2? x2 is -2. -2 minus. Now what is x1? x1 is -5 bracket square plus. Now what is the value of y2? y2 is -5 minus. Now you have to write value of minus y1, that is -3 bracket square. Okay. Therefore, that is equal to square root of, now minus 2. This minus minus becomes plus. So minus 2 plus 5 is equal to 3. So you will write here 3 square plus. This minus minus becomes plus. So you have minus 5 plus 3, that is minus 2 bracket square. That is equal to square root of 3 square is 9. 2 square minus 2 square is 4. So 9 plus 4 is again square root of 13. So you got RS is equal to root 13. Write this equation as equation 3. Now let's find the distance between PR. These are the sides of quadrilateral PQRS. We are finding the lengths of sides of this quadrilateral. So distance of PS by distance formula is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now substitute the values here. x2 is minus 2, minus of x1 is 2 square root bracket square plus y2 is minus 5 and y1 is 1. So minus 5 minus 1 bracket square. That is equal to, now minus 2 is minus 4 bracket square plus minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6 bracket square. So you will get here square root of minus 4 square is 16, minus 6 square is 36. So 16 plus 36 is square root of 52. Now again 52 you can write as 4 into 13 and 4 you can take out of the square root sign. You will get 2 into square root of 13. Write this equation as equation 4. Now from equation 1, 2, 3 and 4 you can write as in quadrilateral PQRS, length of PQ is equal to length of RS from equation 1 and 3, and length of QR is equal to length of PS from equation 2 and 4. So therefore, if opposite sides of any quadrilateral are congruent, you can say that quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. Yes. Now in parallelogram, we can have rectangle, square or rhombus. For that what we have to do? We have to find the diagonals of this quadrilateral. So let's find the length of diagonal PR. By distance formula, write the distance formula and substitute the values here. x2 is minus 5, x1 is 2 bracket square plus y2 is minus 3 and y1 is 1. So minus 3 minus 1 bracket square. That is equal to minus 7 bracket square plus minus 4 bracket square. So that will be equal to square root of 49 plus 16. That is equal to square root of 65. So write this equation as equation 5. Now we have to find the other diagonal, that is diagonal QS. For that let's consider point Q and S. By distance formula, write the distance formula and then substitute the values here. x2 is minus 2, x1 is minus 1. So minus 2 minus of minus 1 bracket square plus, now y2 is minus 5 and y1 is 3. So minus 5 minus 3 bracket square, that is equal to square root of, now this minus minus becomes plus. So minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 bracket square plus minus 5 minus 3 is minus 8 bracket square. That is equal to square root of 1 plus 64. That is nothing but square root of 65. Write this equation as equation 6. Now if you see the equation 5 and C, both have equal lengths. That means PR is equal to QS. So diagonals are also congruent. So we can say that in parallelograms PQRS, PR is equal to QS from equation 5 and 6. Therefore, we can have quadrilateral PQRS is a rectangle. Okay. So I hope you have understood this sum. Now let's move on to the next sum, 14th sum. Find the coordinates of centroid of a triangles if points D, E and F are the midpoints of the sides of that triangle. So now according to the given information, first we will draw a figure Draw triangle ABC. Point D, E and F are the midpoints of this triangle. Okay, so point D is the midpoint of seg AB. Point E is the midpoint of BC and point F is the midpoint of AC. And G is the centroid of this triangle. Okay, so let's write down here solution. Let point A has coordinates x1, y1, B has coordinates x2, y2 and C has coordinates x3, y3 be the vertices of triangle ABC. Let point D, E and F are the midpoints of the sides A, AB, BC and AC respectively that we have shown in this figure. Now what we can say? Therefore, let G x, y, that is the coordinates of point G, be the centroid. Now point D is the midpoint of seg AB. So what we can write here by midpoint formula? X is equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2. So what is the value of x here? Minus 7. So minus 7 is equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2. Now shift this 2 to the other side. You will get x1 plus x2 is equal to minus 7 into 2. That is equal to minus 14. So that will be your equation 1. Now similarly, point E is the midpoint of side BC. So by midpoint formula, you will get this equation x2 plus x3 is equal to 16. And if you consider point F as the midpoint of seg AC, you will get this equation by midpoint formula x1 plus x3 is equal to 4. So this will be your equation 3. You have to write down these steps and then you will get this equation. Now adding equation 1, 2 and 3, what will we get? x1 plus x2 plus x2 plus x3 plus x1 plus x3 is equal to minus 14 plus 16 plus 4. That is therefore x1 plus x1 is 2x1, x2 plus this x2 will be plus 2x2 plus 2x3, that is equal to, now minus 14 plus 16 is plus 2, plus 2 plus 4 is plus 6. So you will get here, you have to take out 2 as a common factor. So you will get 2 into x1 plus x2 plus x3, that is equal to 6. So therefore x1 plus x2 plus x3 is 6 upon 2, that is equal to 3. So write this equation as equation 4. Okay. Now D is the midpoint of seg AB. By midpoint formula, we can have y coordinate. Y coordinate is 6. So 6 is equal to y1 plus y2 upon 2. Therefore, y1 plus y2 is equal to 12. Write this equation as equation 5. Now similarly, E is the midpoint here of seg BC. So similarly, if you consider the y coordinate of this, you will get the equation y2 plus y3 is equal to 10. Write this equation as equation 6. And F is the midpoint of side AC. So if you consider this y coordinate of this, you will get the equation y1 plus y3 is equal to minus 4. Write this equation as equation 7. Now as we are adding the equation 1, 2 and 3 for the x coordinate, similarly here also we have to add equation 5, 6 and 7. What you will get? y1 plus y2 plus y2 plus y3 plus y1 plus y3 is equal to 12 plus 10 minus 4. Therefore, now again you will get here 2y1 plus 2y2 plus 2y3 is equal to 18. Now take 2 as a common factor. You will get 2 into y1 plus y2 plus y3 is equal to 18. That is equal to 18 upon 2 is 9. So you will get y1 plus y2 plus y3 is equal to 9. Write this equation as equation 8. Now we know that G is the centroid of this triangle ABC. So by centroid formula, x coordinate of centroid is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3. We know the value of x1 plus x2 plus x3, that is 3 from equation 4. So substitute here, 3 upon 3 is 1. So we got the x coordinate of this centroid, that is 1. Now let's find out the y coordinate. Y is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Now y coordinate is, that is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 is 9 from equation 8. So 9 upon 3 is equal to 3. So this will be your y coordinate. Therefore, centroid G has coordinates 1, 3. Hence we have solved this sum. Now let's move on to the assignment question. Here I have given you 3 questions from your problem set. These are all very simple sums, and based on today's session, these questions are there. So you have to solve these questions in your notebook. I hope you have enjoyed this session a lot. Thanks for watching this video.